Hello everyone and welcome back to my review channel, and today I'm going to be doing another volume of the manga series One Piece. We are on volume 15 right now of One Piece. Now let's get right into it. Let me see, end of the last, let's just start beginning of this. Basically it starts off beginning with the end of like the battle between the two giants on Garden Island. They've already beat up the Waxworks players, and I'm sorry, I said Waxworks. The Baroque Works and the Wax Fruit guy, number 3. And they got done with their fight. Now they're just chilling out and talking to Broggy, the one giant left, since he beat up his friend Dory. For that was like the battles. At the very beginning of this, basically, it shows Dory getting back up and being friendly with everybody. Realize he's okay, he's alive, and everyone's happy now. So as it gets to the end of their story, the two giants story, and they go to leave, Luffy and the Straw Hats go to leave, and the two giants help them in a very specific way to go to the next island. So they help them shove the Straw Hats off and help them on their way to the next island. And on the way to the island, we got on the boats, Zoro, he's training, and Sanji's cooking and stuff, and Nami gets sick. So when Nami gets sick, they have to realize what are they going to do first: go to Alabasta or go find a doctor. So, and they realize without Nami, there is no going to any other islands. And she is the part of the crewmates. It's pretty much the obvious choice here is to go to the very next island, whatever's closest island, and get a doctor. So they go to the next island, which is a very, very frozen place, like just the mountain ranges of complete cold and frozen snow. So they all leave except for Zoro. He stays on the boat to train, and the rest leave to find a doctor, get food, supplies, whatever. And they are met with Capt.Dalton, a character, and they're almost stopped the very beginning because they don't like pirates in this valley of people, in the little town of people. They don't like pirates, don't trust them, so they don't even want them to come in. But they're able to say, the polite words, please, basically, and they invite them in. We're like, hey, we're looking for a doctor. Can you please help us? So they invite them in. They look for a doctor, and basically, Sanji and Luffy have to go find a doctor up at the top of this mountain. Basically, there's this old woman who's a doctor, the only doctor in this whole village, but she's the best, and she's on the very top of this mountain, and they have to run up this big snow-bound mountainside, Sanji and Luffy. But Luffy has to carry Nami on her back, and he cannot fight. If the less moves the more moves he does, it will hurt Nami on his back. Basically, if he does anything but carry her, even running too fast could hurt her. So basically, Sanji will take care of anything if something occurs, and Luffy is just, the only thing he can do is just get her there. So there's that. On the way, they are, the rest of the group, or Luffy, Sanji, and everybody, they're met up with the first enemy that you're going to see is Wapol, W-A-P-O-L. And his two nemesis, his two little, thugs. And there's, basically on this island, he is king. You don't really know the backstory yet. It doesn't really say in this volume, but it has one, why he is king of here. But, yeah, so, and his two henchmen. And at the very end, basically, Capt.Dalton is trying to fight against Wapol's two henchmen. And you come to find out that Capt.Dalton has ate devil fruit as well. I do believe a Zoan type or something. He is a bull. And by the end of it, I think his fight, he's basically losing this fight. At the very last page, there was this moment inside the middle of the volume where Sanji and Luffy have to fight these bunnies, but they're huge bunnies, like bear bunnies, because they're so big. They're just bunnies, though, but they're so huge. And they have to fight them on top of this mountain, and their fight causes an avalanche. And that's the very last thing you see is an avalanche coming down to, swallow him up. And while Luffy and Sanji's trying to run up this mountain. So one more thing that deters them. So let's just recap. We got a few more Baroque players in this game. A couple we've already seen come back, like the bird and the little gopher thing. And a little bit more, like it shows a little bit more of Mr.Zero, but not his face. It doesn't show his face yet. He's still like just a black, outline for the most part. And you get your very first glimpse at, there's this one chick, doesn't say her name, but she's coming back. Her name is Nico Robin, and she'll be back, but it shows our very first glimpse of her in this volume. And there's this also just a few pages of on the Admiral ship of capt.Smoker. It shows his ship where he has a Baroque Works player on his ship, and he's trying to get information out of him and stuff. So it shows that for a moment, but that's going to come back into play. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it has a lot in this volume, just a lot of players in the game. But again, this is a fresh story in between the Alabasta story, basically. This is just another mini story right before. This is like I think this is the story right before Alabasta. So, which Alabasta and the Baroque Works, Mr.Zero, that's all the main players in the game, main arc. So we're fresh hit with this new little mini arc right before the fresh big arc. So this has to do with like Wapple, the snowy frozen kingdom, his two henchmen, Capt.Dalton, and the doctor they're trying to find on top of this mountain. So there we go. There's all those players in the game. Again, this is just a mini arc right in between. But yeah, but that's it. Remember, One Piece, Volume 15. I will list all the players in the descriptions, all the people, and try to leave as much as I can in suggestions or description box. But other than that, I think that's it. I think that's it for all I can say about this volume. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time, and leave all your questions, comments, suggestions down bottom. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you guys very much. Have a good day. Bye.